welcome to
something.
the podcast.
Yeah.
We haven't figured out a title for it yet.
No, not yet.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm your host, Coconut Buyer.
I'm Stephanie.
And she's my best friend.
Hey.
And we both really like movies.
Yeah.
So we decided to do a podcast where we would watch a movie and discuss it with you.
Yeah, I think, are we going to do one where we have, one of us has seen it and the other hasn't?
Yeah, or it could be a movie we both watch or haven't seen.
Okay.
It could be either new, it could be out
Yeah.
in theaters, or, it could just be something that's on Netflix or on DVD. That's going to be real I shouldn't have given you ice.
No, oh well.
Who cares? This is the first podcast, so it's episode 0. It's the pilot.
Yeah.
We've never podcast before.
No.
So we're just going to wing it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it works out. Hopefully it's okay.
All I've said is yeah, so far.
That's fine. You don't need to deliver insightful commentary.
Good.
Nobody. That's not why people listen to podcasts. Listen to podcasts to go to sleep.
Do they?
Or like busy work.
Oh.
So,
I actually just sit down and listen to them.
Really?
Yeah.
You're kind of a weirdo.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Really?
No, I don't think anyone can relate to that. Anyways.
Shut up.
Anyways, so if you listen to this, like, just give feedback, whatever. Tell us what works, what doesn't.
Yeah.
Don't make fun of us because we're both really fragile.
Yeah. Well,
Our feelings will be
not.
hurt.
I'm fine.
Our feelings would be hurt.
He's
so
a baby.
I kind of am. But yeah. So, anyways, let's get to the format of the show. First we're gonna start talking with like brief movie news just to break the ice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're just gonna go straight into it.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll do fan questions once we're popular. Have you seen the amount of views I get? I'm very popular.
You are. I have a whole 13 followers on Twitter.
13 followers.
So I know a thing or two about popularity.
Well, I don't know. I used to be in a boy band when I was a kid.
No,
so.
you were. I was in a
like the kid from Glee.
I was in a short film that was about a scarf. So.
Scarf?
It won an award.
What was it called?
The Magic Scarf.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it true?
Yeah, it's true.
Was this in your crazy college years?
No, this was when I was like 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, who directed it? Like a family member?
Oh no, it was like an actual guy. He went to it went to some
so this is
movie
like
festival.
this is a legit thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, I never knew that.
Yeah. I was in a.
That's
it was
awesome.
really bad.
Is it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube if you look real hard.
The Magic Scarf.
Yeah.
So I can see 12-year-old you.
Yeah, for like a brief second. I'm like,
That's awesome.
A dumb bully laughing at a kid playing with a.
You're a bully in this?
Yeah.
Yikes.
It's
true to real life.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get started with movie news. So hey, check this out, Steph.
Okay, Richard.
Rian Johnson.
Who's that?
He is the guy who has directed the movie Brick. Have you seen that movie?
No.
It's apparently a really good movie. I have not seen it myself, unfortunately.
I don't even know what that's about.
Despite me doing a movie podcast, I really watch movies.
Yeah, you haven't even seen Ghostbusters.
I haven't seen either of them, not even the second one.
Well, no one really gets
I've seen
mad
Star
when
Wars.
I have not finished all the Star Wars.
Well, see, there you go.
Well,
so we both make up for our lack of movie experience.
Oh.
But unfortunately, despite that, we have not seen Brick, the two of us.
What is Brick? I'm writing that down.
It's a movie that's apparently.
Well, I know it's a movie.
It's by Rian Johnson. And it's good. That's all I know about it.
Okay.
I assume there's a brick in it.
Okay.
I hope it's like Drive and it's really violent and somebody gets murdered by a brick.
Yeah, or like Rubber, where it's just a tire rolling around.
What?
Like Rubber?
Rubber?
Yeah, it's a tire. It kills people.
No, is this like a full movie?
Yeah.
Was from the 80s?
No, it's past few years. Like I'd say the past 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh, okay, I gotta look that one up too. Did Rian Johnson direct that?
I don't
know. But have you seen Looper?
Yeah, I've seen Looper.
He's directed that.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
What do you think about Looper?
I didn't like it.
I didn't really like it.
I didn't finish it.
You didn't finish it?
No.
I did not like it. Did you
get
to the part where they get to the barn?
I don't know. They're always in a cornfield or in a...
Yeah, that was it. And I
Oh.
feel like the movie totally like drops from there.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's because like, oh, it's not as exciting, it's boring now because it's not in Future City. I don't want to sound like that because that's kind of what I'm going to sound like. But like, it just seems at that point like it was building up the momentum. It has a really good premise. It doesn't make sense, but it's cool.
Yeah.
But then near the end, just like, oh, now we're at a barn. It feels like they ran out of money, so they're just gonna film somewhere in like
someone
Vancouver.
that has some property. They're like, well, I got this barn. I don't know.
Yeah, it just like I don't know. It kind of took me out. But anyways, so he directed that, and he directed Brothers Bloom.
Oh, is that the one with the guy?
Yeah, there's guys in it.
The two guys?
There's two guys in it. There's at least two male characters in this movie.
Okay.
I think one of them is a Heath Ledger.
Yes, okay, I've seen that one.
And I think, was the other one Johnny Depp? I don't want to...
No.
What am I thinking of? That's not Johnny Depp.
It was a guy that was really cute for his time. Who was it? Matt Damon? Was it Matt Damon?
I don't think it was Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. I don't have internet on my iPad. I can't.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Well...
I'm going to say Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Okay, let's say Brothers Bloom starring a dead guy and Matt Damon.
Okay.
Anyways, the reason I bring... This is very long-winded. I think maybe I should just get to the headline. Anyways, this guy, Rian Johnson, he is going to be directing episodes 8 and 9 of the Star Wars.
Oh, you know what? I read that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, and then I scrolled past it. Because I don't really know much about Star Wars.
Well, yeah, well, now you know that he, what's his face? J.J. Abrams is doing episode 7.
Yeah, I knew that.
And
I was like, that's cool, I get that.
Yeah, it's okay.
It made sense.
Yeah.
It made more sense than Looper and Brothers Bloom.
Yeah, well, the thing, but like, you know, Looper, although I didn't really like it, like, it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's an interesting shot, you know.
Yeah, I guess it's just weird that he's filmed both of those.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice, I would say.
Yeah. I don't know, because, you know.
Yeah.
I remember the last time I watched Star Wars.
What was the last Star Wars film you watched? Do you remember? Did you watch the new ones?
Yeah. I think I saw the newest in theaters when I was pretty young, and I was like, this is stupid, because I didn't get it. And then I started watching them, like, the way they were released. I think I watched the first one, and then I started watching the
Episode 1 or the 70s one?
The 70s one.
Okay.
And then I think I started watching the second.
Okay.
And I was like, this is boring, and I stopped watching it.
Yeah.
There's something about snow.
You don't like snow?
No.
But we're Canadian. We have an appreciation of snow.
No.
That other countries do not.
No, I don't like a lot of snow. I don't like looking at it for a long period of time.
You're missing out.
Okay.
We're just going to cut all this.
No, this is better than probably what we're actually... Did I spell that right? Anyways.
No, what are you spelling?
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledges.
Heath Ledges.
There we go.
Heath Ledges. But anyways, yeah, Rian Johnson, maybe that'll be good.
Yeah.
Maybe that won't be good. Maybe it will be poo-poo. Magoo.
I think people are just going to go into... People probably didn't hear that.
I love movie news.
Me too.
Because all you can say is, that might be good. Or, that might be bad.
I was going to say...
You can't really...
Yeah, you can't be
unless
wrong.
it's like Brian Singer, or what's his name? Brian Singer? Like, unless it's like stuff like that where you can actually have an opinion on, it's really kind of like, okay.
Brad Sommer. Yeah. I think there's going to be so much hype for this movie, people are just going to kind of...
Do you think it'll make lots of money?
No.
I think Star Wars Episode 7 is going to bomb. I think it'll make no money.
It's going to be such a sleeper. No one's going to even know what hit them.
That's too bad. Anyways,
what else?
Here's next on the docket.
Oh boy.
Pirates 5.
Yep.
And by that I mean Pirates of the Caribbean 5, not Pirates 5, which is a sequel to Pirates 4.
Oh, okay.
So Pirates of the Caribbean 5.
I know, I'm excited.
Will begin filming in 2015.
Good.
So you enjoy the Pirates of the Caribbean films?
Yep, I do.
Have you seen all of them?
Yeah. I've seen all of them.
And you love them all?
Yeah. I mean, the second one is kind of what, and then the third one's just...
I
don't even know what's going on in that one, but...
Yeah.
But...
I haven't even... I've only seen the first two.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the third one, I think the actors were like, "What are we doing?" And then they just kind of ran around with swords and stuff.
I heard it's not. I heard it's very confusing.
It is very confusing.
I heard they actually had like an FAQ with the DVD.
Yeah. And
like a little pamphlet that tries to explain all the plot holes.
I have the special edition DVD set of that, and there's like a big map and stuff in there. I got a doubloon actually in my purse from it.
Oh, that's what your doubloon is from.
Yeah, I have an actual doubloon.
Oh, I thought you just went to like Pirate Land.
No, I have a doubloon from the Pirates of the Caribbean thing.
That's cool. Are you gonna buy anything with the doubloon?
No, that's forever.
What?
That's my forever doubloon. I'm never.
Oh.
And I used to be a huge Pirates of the
Caribbean fan. Did you like the fourth one? A lot of people didn't like the fourth one.
I did. I mean, it was Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm not going in there expecting like Oscar-worthy anything.
No, of course not.
It has, Barbossa and a peg leg and a powdered wig. That's pretty much what I was expecting to get out of that movie.
The powdered wig.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but it seemed like it would be better.
It was better
because it's more like a buddy film.
Yeah.
Actually, I did saw the ending of it the other few weeks ago.
The fourth one?
Yeah, the fourth one. He leaves like, what's her face? Penelope Cruz?
Yeah.
He leaves her on an island or something.
Yeah, that's like what happened to him.
And then she's like, I'm pregnant. And he's like, no, you're not. And she's like, you were drunk. And he's like, I've never been that drunk.
Oh!
Get it? Because he's always drunk.
Yeah. I remember the ending. There's a little voodoo doll that washed up on shore.
Really?
Alluding to another movie.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be about Voodoo Man?
Yeah, I think so.
Pirates of the Caribbean 5 Voodoo Man?
Yeah.
Actually, I heard it's going to be called Dead Man Tell No Tales.
They're just, wow, okay.
Yeah, they're just kind of getting every Pirate of the Caribbean quote in there.
Yeah, they're just going, that was, I think, What's-His-Face's first words in that movie. Actually,
if you go into the Pirates of the Caribbean ride now, they changed it to fit in with the fourth movie.
Really?
Yeah, and they put like little mermaids and stuff.
Yay!
That part's cool, but then they also, there's like a part where you go through like a sheet of fog, and then you see that's projected onto the screen, you see Captain Blackbeard or whoever's from that movie.
Oh yeah, that guy.
And then you hear the voiceover and it's like, Dead man tell no tales.
Oh, they should have got the parrot to do that.
But then after he says that, Blackbeard appears and he's like, aye, but they do tell tales. Says I, Blackbeard.
Just completely ruins
that
like,
whole I'm a new character.
But not actually, just, okay.
It's like he went on small world. It's like, it's a small world after all. It's like, oh, but it's not a small world. I get lost all the time.
Just
I'm from the Small World movie.
Remember me?
Crazy old fogey.
I was in this too.
He wants to blow up the world because he thinks it's too small.
Yeah.
I can build a bigger world on top of it.
God, I hate that ride. My mom made me ride that. I hated it. I just wanted to drink some of that water and put myself into a coma when I was on that thing.
It's a good ride, though.
It's not good. It's not a good ride.
It's, I've been on it once.
It's there purely for nostalgia, I'm pretty sure.
No, it is. It is.
Oh,
well.
Let's make it into a museum or something. Walk around it.
The
so
Disney.
You can run out of that place.
Well, they already have a museum in Hollywood Studios or wherever.
Just make it another museum.
Another museum for Walt Disney.
Just make it a walk-through Small World. So you can get out of there faster, is all I'm saying. Or have, like, engines, and so it's like speedboats.
Maybe you should just have a plaque that describes what the ride was.
Or a plaque.
And then everyone reads it and is like, oh, that would have been terrible.
Yeah.
Good thing I wasn't around to experience that.
Exactly.
Alright, so, not a bad thing. And I guess one more movie news I didn't put on the list was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, which I saw pictures
New
of.
trailer came out.
Yeah, I didn't see the trailer. Should I watch it?
You should watch the trailer. Why don't we...
Pause it?
Yeah, let's pause it and you'll watch the trailer. Hey, we're back.
Yeah, that was fun.
Did you... It looks wonderful.
It looks really something.
It looks like... I don't know. It's not directed by Michael Bay.
No, but it looks... you know what? The whole time I was thinking... It was just Transformers the whole time, but like with turtles.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like it. There's the voiceover like it.
Yeah.
You got what's her face? Megan Fox.
Megan Fox is April O'Neil.
Yeah, which is never a thing.
That sounds like a joke casting.
Yeah, or
like somebody's like it's like an SNL skit. Like they have Megan Fox for a week, and they're like, Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles.
Yeah!
And like, of course.
Yeah. That's exactly what it sounds
hilarious.
like. Like when they did that Lindsay Lohan Harry Potter skit.
Yeah, it's like stupid stunt.
Yeah, and Will Arnett's in it, which you just heard me be very
Vernon.
sad about.
I guess that's kind of good casting. I don't know. I haven't really watched the cartoon a lot.
Here's the problem I have with it.
Yeah.
Turtles are never gonna look good as a bipedal creature.
Hey, they look pretty good.
Unless they're cartoons.
They look pretty good in the first movies.
Really?
Yeah, the Jim
those
Henson
awful
creations.
Puppets?
Yeah.
They scared the hell out of me.
Well, they're kind of uncanny, but like compared to this though,
I've never seen it where it's like, Dad, it's really cool. It's just like, oh, that's really kind of gross.
Yeah, well, I don't. You know, like they're very over designed.
Yeah.
They have all like gadgets all over themselves.
And there's so much motion capture that their faces get all morphed and.
Like, look at that guy right.
Yeah, like weird
glasses.
human turtle.
He has glasses.
Yeah.
Why?
And because mutant turtles sometimes don't have 20/20 vision.
Well, get contacts, man.
Can you imagine him going in for contacts? Well, I mean, he got glasses.
He could get glasses. He can't, like, somebody accidentally threw out their entire case of contacts.
Do you think there are turtle eye size contacts, though?
But he could find glasses that fits him.
Well, maybe were they the whole eye?
No, come on, his eyes aren't that big.
These are the questions.
I think his eyes are like human eyes.
Oh, are they?
Shaped, almost.
I thought he had bigger eyes.
Close enough.
Oh. I don't know, I was cringing through half of
Either way.
Boo.
I think we should see it.
Oh yeah, we're seeing it. Here's my question.
Yeah?
Is April gonna fall for one of the turtles?
Oh.
This is what I was thinking.
No.
Do you think there's gonna be a weird thing? Where it's like, we're from two different worlds.
I think they're going to say that for the sequel.
Mm.
I think we're going to get butt shots, though.
I hope so. Maybe some mad cleavage with a jumpsuit undone a bit.
I heard there was like a butt shot that they cut out of the trailer, but it's in the European trailer.
Oh, the Europeans get everything good,
I know, right? They get all the butt shots. Man.
I need to objectify my women in my trailers.
Yeah, it's by I had an argument once over somebody about this movie. Like they're like 100% certain that it like Michael Bay directed it. It's like, no, Michael Bay directed it. I know. I read it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you see there was a picture floating around of them filming it and it was like guys with turtle backpacks and just dots all over their face crawling around the city?
Apparently those guys are also voicing the turtles.
Yeah.
Except for Johnny Knoxville.
He's not voicing? Or?
No, he's voicing.
Oh, okay.
He's actually... So all of them are just normal... Like, they're just the guys who actually do the stunt motion capture for them, I guess. Okay. And then Johnny Knoxville is doing one of them.
Wow, can't wait for that.
What a catch, getting Johnny Knoxville for your fucking movie.
I'm sure all these artists they were named after feel very proud.
Well, they're dead.
Yeah, but
I think they'd probably have issue with the initial naming turtles after them.
In their graves so fast.
Oh, wow. Well, that's Ninja Turtles. And I guess that's it for movie news for this week.
I don't have any more news. Yeah.
So yeah, let's get on to the movie we watched this week.
Blade.
Which is Blade.
Beat you to
it. So yeah, Blade, written by David Goyer.
Yeah.
Directed by some guy.
Yeah, I don't know who.
Who directed? I
feel like
it's like a guy.
They almost. Who filmed Seven?
Seven?
Yeah.
Oh God, was it David Fincher?
I think I read they almost got David Fincher
to direct Blade.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
That would be really good. I think I read it in the IMDb trivia or something. I would watch the hell out of that.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Not that it wasn't awesome.
No, it was its own special kind of awesome.
Yeah, though. Yeah. I don't want to say it's a great movie.
Stephen
Norrington directed this movie.
Yeah. We should also mention Wesley Snipes helped produce it.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Of course. Okay, there's a reason why we haven't remembered him. He's done nothing.
Since the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I
love that movie. It's so bad.
Did you?
Of course I did. I like terrible action movies.
I've never seen it.
Really? It's really stupid.
I heard Sean Connery's in it.
Want to hear a good part of it?
Yeah.
They drive around Venice.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Like in the water?
No. Apparently there's streets there now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just drive around it in a
Why
sweet
not?
car.
Cruising? Joyride?
Yeah.
Joyride around Venice.
They just joyride it. There's not even cars invented yet, but they invented... I don't know.
Oh, so this takes place in the past?
Yeah. Like Victorian...
Oh.
It's weird.
That sounds awesome.
It is awesome.
That sounds amazing.
It's silly. It's awesome.
Maybe we'll watch it on the show.
Okay.
So anyways, let's
Blade.
talk about Blade, man.
Okay. What was that?
Probably nothing.
Oh, okay.
So Blade stars, you mentioned it before, Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes.
I love him.
He's fantastic in this movie.
I actually really love him.
He actually really makes me, because like Blade has the potential of being a very boring character.
Yeah.
Because he's very, very he's very serious.
Yeah, he's like stoic.
Yeah.
In his ways.
But he's not really, because he kind of has like a fun side to him.
Yeah, but he has sass, and I think that's Wesley Snipes.
He genuinely enjoys killing up these vampires, and why wouldn't you?
No.
Like, he has a tragic backstory.
Yeah, but he's using it. He's working it.
I think what sold me on this movie when you sent me the clip of the opening sequence.
My favorite.
It takes place at like a rave.
Yeah.
And then a guy, like a human guy, gets lured to it by a sexy lady. And then they're all dancing and whatnot. And then all of a sudden somebody leashes like the water valves in the ceiling and blood comes out. And it's a blood rave and they're all vampires. The guy's freaking out. And just when he's vampire chow, Blade comes in and kills everybody with a big old smirk on his face.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
He's like a dad that broke up his kid's party. And he's so proud of himself.
He's like, yeah, you ain't drinking tonight.
I knew you were throwing a party and I caught you.
So we love Blade.
We do love Blade.
And Blade's not a bad movie.
No, it's goofy, but it's fun.
And you've seen this, the preface, you've seen this movie a couple of times, right?
Oh, more than a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah, I have. This is my first time watching it today.
Yeah.
A few hours ago.
I'm very experienced in seeing this
Yeah,
movie.
you knew all the Easter eggs.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, Sai, do you know where that came from?
Easter eggs?
Yeah.
No.
It came from the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Did it?
Apparently, they had like an Easter egg hunt before they were shooting.
Aw.
And they didn't find them all. So some of them are in the movie.
That's adorable.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
That's so good.
I just thought it was like a thing.
Yeah, same.
Actually, I don't even know if this is true. I just heard it in
I hope that's true. And if
I just
not,
heard in another video, so.
Then we just lied to you.
Yeah.
So,
but that's cool.
That is cool.
Even if it's a lie, it's a cool story,
yeah,
bro.
it's really cute, bro.
So, so fucking Blade.
Yeah. I'm getting your desk all wet.
That's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay, man.
Yeah, so, I don't know, Blade was a staple for me as a child.
Mm-hmm.
And when Blade, Braveheart, I watched a lot of.
Watched a lot of Braveheart.
Yeah, Demolition Man was another one.
Which I tried watching.
I have it. We can watch that one, too. It stars Wesley Snipes.
I heard that one sounds nuts to me.
Oh, it's so good.
It has a Sting song.
Yeah, it has it all. It has it
all. What's his face? Sylvester Stallone.
Steven Stallone, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steven
Stallone.
I love him.
What I actually liked about this was that it's an origin film.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a Marvel. By the way, it's a Marvel film. It's one of the first. It's like the second widest release of a film based on a Marvel property. First one being Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
Like over 10 years ago.
Yeah, and
beforehand.
I read that it beat out Saving Private Ryan. I already told you that,
which
but
is
they did
nuts.
Not. Which is insane.
Which is nuts.
Which is insane.
But anyways, well, like it's it's a basic superhero movie.
Yeah.
But what I like about this is though, it only takes you like about 7 minutes maybe to see Blade.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say that much.
Yeah, he's like there at the very beginning.
And the whole beginning is so exciting too that you're not kind of just dredging through it to see the superhero person.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but it's like you're not. But like if you watch a movie like a superhero movie nowadays.
Yeah. Captain
America, it takes like a freaking hour to see Captain America.
Yeah, I did not like the first Captain America.
No, I like what it was trying to do, but overall I was kind of disappointed.
But the second one.
The second one was good.
Hydra.
But that's the point though. Like,
yeah.
Like now Captain America can do cool Captain America things because we know who he is.
Blade doesn't give a shit. Blade just shows up and beats Blade.
Blade is cool from the beginning.
Yeah.
And you get his origin story.
Yeah.
But like some guy tells you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's his name? Colonel Gathers. Abraham Withers.
No, it's Whistler.
Abraham Whiskers.
Abraham Whiskers.
Our 15th Cadius president. So anyway, General Wismer tells you the story of Blade later. He's Blade's best friend. And
kind of like surrogate dad.
Surrogate dad. Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They don't really show you anything. They just kind of tell you.
Yeah.
Which is kind of lame, but...
Yeah.
You know, it's okay, though.
I feel like it's mentioned kind of in the second one, but I can't remember.
Okay. I haven't seen the second one yet.
But I think the thing with him is he wasn't that huge in the comics, from what I remember.
General Gathers?
Yeah.
Colonel Abraham
Whistler.
Whistler. Just remember Whistler.
Call him Whistler. That's
yeah, okay.
But I don't think he was that huge in the comics. I could be wrong, because I just read up on the comics last night.
Right.
But I remember Blade's story in the comics coming up being much more interesting. And it was in, like, New Orleans and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I would have liked to seen it based in New Orleans.
Would have been more interesting, like, shot.
Yeah, I think the atmosphere would have been a lot different. There'd be Mardi Gras everywhere.
Yeah. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But maybe that would have been too distracting.
Yeah, I don't actually want there to be Mardi Gras.
No, they're at some Egyptian pyramid at some point.
Isn't that in Jumper?
Looper?
No, Jumper.
Jumper!
Yeah, they're like Jumper.
What's it called, Jumper?
Yeah, there's Jumper. And
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Was it called Jumper?
I feel like it was called Jumper.
It might have been. I thought it was like a Spacer. Because he spaced.
I don't think it was Spacer.
I think maybe it was called Jumper. That Hayden Christensen pile of Dookie.
Yeah.
Pile of Green Day album.
Yeah, I feel like if they did Mardi Gras, it would have had a very Jumper feel to it.
Yeah.
Look where we can go.
But yeah, so yeah, General, so Whiskers is cool.
Yeah, I like Whiskers.
Whiskers is pretty cool. He's like a badass grandpa. His family gets killed by Draculas.
Yeah,
so
3 Draculas.
So then now he's a professional Dracula hunter.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still cared for Blade when he was like a kid.
Yeah.
Going through his vampire shit.
Yeah, he had some real angsty puberty vampire stuff.
Yeah. And that's a cool dynamic too. Blade is a vampire, but he's hunting vampires.
Yeah.
I
like that.
It reminded me a bit of X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
They're mutants, but other mutants are bad.
Yeah.
And there's even the whole thing, like the first X-Men movie, it was the third one, where like you get the cure for being an X-Men. Mm-hmm. But at the end of it, he's like, "Nah, I'm Blade."
Yeah.
So he kind of goes through that
I
character.
got some shit to do.
Yeah, I'm not done here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. I forgot what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's okay. What was I gonna say?
Was it about that woman?
I was gonna bring her up.
Karen.
I was gonna bring her up. Oh no, you know what I was gonna say?
What?
Was you don't know this, but Dracula's actually in the 3rd movie.
Really?
Yeah, he is.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and he's played by that guy that's in Prison Break.
Which one? Oh, I don't.
The big bald one.
I don't know.
That's all I've known him from. But yeah, he's in the 3rd one.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, now, okay, we're gonna have to watch the 3rd one.
Yeah.
That was him. Who was it? Bradley Cooper, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
I like
Ryan Reynolds. He's so sassy.
I don't know about Ryan Reynolds yet.
I like him.
I find there's like a spectrum.
Yeah.
There's a Ryan Reynolds. That other guy. Who's that other guy? Who looks just like Ryan Reynolds?
I don't know. Oh, that
Ryan Gosling.
Really?
They look similar. Do they not?
Are you asking?
I get them confused. I get them confused all the freaking
really?
time. I do.
Never...
Except I know the difference easily because Ryan Gosling's in good movies. Ryan Reynolds is not in good movies.
Who do I get mixed up? I get Willem Dafoe and James Woods mixed up all the time.
Yeah, I'd see. They have similar faces.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because, I mean, I don't know any roles that either of them been in. I'm like, oh, yeah, whatever.
Well, they both kind of play weirdos.
Yeah. Willem Dafoe. Was it Willem Dafoe in Antichrist?
Yes.
Okay.
He was in Antichrist, not James. James Woods, I don't think that's his
That would have been a weird...
That would have killed it, maybe.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Antichrist.
I started watching it, and then something came up, and I haven't gotten...
I heard he heard he references Lars von Trier. He references Antichrist in one of his new movies.
Is it necrophilia?
Necrophilia.
Or whatever.
No, nymphomaniac.
Whatever, same
necrophilia.
thing.
That would have been a disturbing movie.
Well, this one has like a. Never mind. I'm not gonna make that.
Haven't seen it. Haven't seen either. I haven't seen a Lars von Trier film. My film person card is revoked.
Yeah.
I'm not a film person.
Give me your degree back.
My degree.
Yeah.
It's theater and film studies.
You studied it.
I studied like old films from the 1940s.
Yeah. Okay.
And like The Fifth Element.
Oh, The Fifth Element.
We had a week on The Fifth Element.
Did you?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I didn't actually see it. I just remembered I just remembered one of the girls in the class had to do a presentation on it, and and she's just describing the movie, and it's like, I'm like, because she's like, a guy has to go get a magic orb, and then he needs to go get 5 magic orbs.
There's no orbs.
Really?
No.
Or
it was like little statuettes.
Okay, it was like something to collect, and she was comparing it to like a video game, because that's what the article was about.
Yeah, I can actually.
It was like describing like
that'd be a fun game.
Films as video games.
That'd be a real.
I think it was a game, and I heard it was not fun.
Oh, how?
Is
there's like a singing blue chick in it?
And is there?
Yeah, and she has like.
Are you sure you're not talking about Star Wars?
No.
The special edition.
She sings opera. And she has these like big tentacle hair pieces, and my brother used to do a.
That sounds like
Star
Wars.
She looks like a Star Wars character.
Yeah.
And he did this impression of her where she'd sing, but she like flailed her arms. She's like, woo, but he would like do it in my bedroom door for me. It was so funny.
It's like
yeah, just like that.
That's the Star Wars chick.
Oh yeah. No.
I don't know. Maybe they're in both.
Maybe.
They both came out with, like, special edition of that, and
they're in space.
Yeah.
And I know there's a Hayden Christensen hologram put in there as well.
Oh, you talking? Yeah. Yeah, that was cool.
No.
How the hell did we get on this tangent?
I don't know, but anyways, that always happens.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next?
Karen?
Yeah, Karen, I guess was her name.
She's terrible. She was terrible.
I would like to say budget Halle Berry.
She was boring.
Yeah.
I liked her one line, though. She said she makes long story short, she gets involved with the Blade scenario. And she makes a serum that could probably cure their vampirism. But it doesn't really cure it, it just kind of blows them up. So she gives Blade the serum.
Well, I don't know. Does she make that, or is it just like this shit that she has with her?
Isn't that the thing that made the guy's head explode?
Yeah, I don't think it's the serum stuff, though. I think it's this stuff, it's like a blood thinner. Or something.
Yeah.
It's for blood clots.
She blood clots and magically apply it to vampire blood. Yeah. And the vampire blood explodes.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Yeah,
who gives a shit?
Who cares?
So, she discovers this, right?
Yeah.
And then she gives it the Blade. And then it's like, it's a cure. And then she shows the Blade and it blows up the vampire blood. And he's like, that's no cure. And then she's like, it ain't no cure, but it'll blow up some vampire heads. This is great writing.
Yeah, and the screenplay is from what's his face?
David Goyer.
Yeah, who did some good screenplays last time I checked.
He has done all of the. Is that you?
Yeah. Sorry.
No, knocking at the door. He has done all the Batman.
Dark Knight
films. All the Dark Knight films. Sorry, well, the first one was called Batman.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
And he has also he's doing the Superman clusterfucks.
Which I'm really hoping he has some sweet lines like that.
I'm hoping there's humor in these new Superman movies.
Yeah.
That would be a plus.
Yeah. But I don't think it was him that necessarily did that to that line. I think that was all her. I think that was all Karen.
You think she fucked it up?
Yeah, I really do. I really do think that.
She kind of didn't know how to deliver it.
Yeah, because I don't feel like... I don't know anything about writing, but if I wrote something like, I think it could help you explode some vampire heads, I think to myself, there's got to be a better way I can word this.
That's like something from a very rough draft, not meant to show anybody.
Yeah.
I'll write something better later.
Yeah, put a little dash and then vampire head explosion. Go to later. But, like...
Yeah. Like, they could have done something, could have had a better line there.
Yeah, and...
But would it have been as good?
No, I'm just saying, I think that was not written. I feel like she forgot the line and was like, explode vampire heads.
Vampire heads. And Wesley Snipes like, oh, I want this in the movie.
They just ran out of film and they're like, we gotta use it.
So, yeah. This is a good movie.
Then we have the guy that plays Deacon Frost that looks like a fake Ethan Hawke or something.
That guy. I hate villains that just look like that. Yeah. They're just some boring white guy with a bad haircut.
Yeah, and just open collars with just an agreeable amount of
It's like
chest
some
hair.
punk that Blade could just like punch in the face and get over.
Yeah.
It's not a villain.
No, and this guy just reminded me of a whiny teenager.
Exactly.
That's exactly
a
what
whiny
it was.
90s teenager who loves Spawn comics.
And whenever someone was like, no, he'd immediately get all pissy. Like when he was at that meeting of like the 12.
Yeah.
And they just like ignored him, he got so mad. Like he got so mad that people were talking over him. Like his parents have never done that to him before, so he doesn't know how to react to that in the real world. That's what he feels like to me.
Yeah, when I first saw him, I didn't even know he was going to be the villain.
No, he just looks
like a guy who
piece of trash.
He gets like chopped up by Blade.
Yeah.
So I hope the other Blade films have better villains.
They do.
Good. Okay, that's good.
You can tell they're villains. They're not just some weird...
Just some weird guy becomes a villain somehow.
There's like weird gelled bangs the whole time.
Good. It was the late 90s stuff.
I know. I loved it.
Times are rough.
I like that kind of stuff. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's very...
It's so fun.
The 90s were so cool, man.
Half the... You only get this from 90s kid. But everything was like see-through or mesh.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Everything's very mesh.
Yeah, and just so funky. So much techno. Rave scene was really in, I guess.
I like that the techno song they played at the Blood Rave was cool.
Me too.
Like burr, 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 burr,
I was such
burr,
a loser
burr,
kid
burr.
in my geography class, just listening to that so loud.
That was your jam?
Yeah.
That was your jingle jam?
That was my jam.
That was your anthem?
On my CD Walkman. Just had it on repeat.
You know you're a 90s kid when...
Yeah.
Remember these? These are pogs. Only 90s kids would understand.
Yeah.
Fucking, I hate everyone.
Oh, no you don't.
That's true.
No.
I like Blade.
You're a nice guy. Blade's good.
Blade's cool.
Yeah.
Remember, what was that one guy? There was a funny guy.
Oh, his sidekick.
The villain's sidekick.
Yeah, that named Joey. I don't know his actual name.
I don't know his name. What's his name in the film, Joey?
He was like, no, he's like redheaded Joey Fatone.
Oh yeah, you called him Joey Fatone.
Yeah.
And he kind of...
He just had cornrows all the time. And said silly things.
Like Blade cut his hand off. Or his arm off or whatever.
Yeah.
And then later he comes across Blade again. He's like, look, man, my arm grew back.
Yeah.
Because that's what vampires do in this movie.
It didn't grow back. I think he got a new one.
Did he get a new one?
I thought he got one.
I thought they grow back because of like...
Oh, regeneration?
Regeneration bullshit.
Clear.
Because the hand looked kind of weird.
Oh, yeah.
So I figured it was like...
And he had that weird pointer finger that was kind of sketchy.
I figured it was like a defect of it growing back.
Yeah.
Or it could have just been like a weird transplant thing.
You know what? It probably grew back. I always thought
it grew back.
Transplant.
That's what I got out of it.
He says the line, though, like, do you ever think we'll get to play piano again or something like that?
You ever think you'll get to play piano again?
But, like, he starts off so annoying, but then he
becomes funny.
He grows on ya.
I like at the end where they capture Blade and they steal his sunglasses. And, of course, he starts wearing them.
Yeah.
Hey, like my shades, man? He just walks into frame. Like, yeah, I guess so.
And then he just dies.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
At the end, like... Because there's another fight scene on a train where Blade cuts off both his arms and slams his head into the moving train. Yeah. And basically messes her up real bad.
Yeah, and he's like, oh no, and he runs away.
Yeah, and he runs away. Like, it's very cartoonish. Yeah. He's like, woo!
No!
Well, I'm out of here!
Yeah, this
Zoinks! Is And then he comes, everything... That's why, because everything grows back. Yeah, because his face has all had that bad...
Yeah, and he was burnt completely.
The effects in this movie are terrible. Like, the makeup effects, awful. You can just tell everything that's just like...
He was wearing, like, a burnt skin suit. Like, it looked like a morph suit, but burnt skin.
It's so fucking bad.
But at least they didn't CGI it, because that thing would have been...
No, because their CGI is terrible in this movie.
But the director or whoever did admit to it, which I'm very proud of.
Well... You got to admit to like a fuck up, you know.
Yeah, I know, but some of them would be like, "No, we put our hearts."
They did not. That there's a part where blood drops onto the camera, and it looks like a cartoon.
Yeah, it looks.
It
like
doesn't
something...
even look like Reboot. Reboot looked better than that.
Like, it looked like blood you'd have in, like, Sonic or something, where it's like, that's blood, but, you know, it's not really
that Sonic Adventure 1.
Yeah. Like, oh no, he cut himself a little kind of blood. Like, it's a little pink. It doesn't really look like blood.
It's so freaking... I couldn't believe even for, like, a 1998 movie, effects is bad.
Yeah, I think their budget was not that great, I think is what I read.
Yeah, it probably wasn't.
But it's the internet, so you don't know what's true on there.
Well, it is true.
Okay.
It's true. So anyways, we're getting on a tangent. So, so like all his arms and stuff grow back, and then he comes up to Blade one final time, and he's like, "What are you gonna do, man? Cut another arm off?" And then Blade just cuts his head off, and he dies.
Yeah. He's like, "I don't know how to kill you or whatever first or some shit."
And then his sunglasses are flying through the air, and then Blade just picks them up and he puts them back on.
Which is like the pinnacle scene of Blade, like, and you're like, hell yeah.
He's like,
hell yeah, he's got his glasses, Blade's got his groove back.
That's why you gotta love Blade.
Yeah.
Blade has a sense of humor.
Yeah, and then this techno starts, and it's like, and then he just starts fighting everyone.
If they rebooted Blade, they would probably not make him funny.
No.
They would just have him just be Batman. He would never
have that kind of sass. That's why I like Leslie Snipes. I love Leslie Snipes.
That's why I love Leslie Knope so much.
Me too. He has like a very sassy way of doing things.
Yeah, he adds his own flair to it.
He does. I think he's like,
really
I'll just be Leslie Snipes. I think that's what he does.
I think Leslie Mipes really makes the role his own.
He does. And I don't have much say on, like, what Blade was like in comics, because I only read one.
Yeah, you're not,
And it was so bad. It was like some weird alternate universe.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
How can you get into comics with all that bullshit?
It was really the wrong one to read. Because, like, the Hulk was purple, I think, or something. Or, like, the Hulk had Bruce Banner's mind, but in Hulk's body. And he was wearing, like, clothes and a suit. And Blade was, like, in bed with, like, 3 women. Like, it was so weird. I just stopped reading. I was like, this is atrocious.
I hate comic. I tried reading a comic book when I was young, when I was, like, a kid.
Yeah.
And, like, I hated it. It was, like, I think it was, like, it was a Spider-Man comic. I think, like, the Black Cat was in it or something. And it was... nothing. It was just boring. They're very hard to get into. And they smell.
I like the smell.
I hate the comic smell.
I like it.
Anyways,
I used to read a lot of Archie and a lot of Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. But, like, the actual comic, like...
Yeah, the digest?
No, like, the actual... I'd go to the place we have and get them, and I'd read them on the bus. I remember bringing them to brownie camp and reading them.
Is that where you make brownies?
No.
Brownie camp?
It was like a girl guy
thing. It's a girl guy thing.
Yeah, but I had no friends, so I brought my comic.
But your comic book was your friend.
Yeah, exactly. I just read Sabrina over and over.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Salem?
Yeah.
Salem the cat?
He was sassy.
Creepy robot cat?
Mm-hmm.
I love me some Salem.
And now I read graphic novels, because comics are really hard to get into.
They're, like, impossible.
They are, and they're expensive.
Well, anything can be expensive. Like, CDs are expensive.
Yeah, but I mean, I just think they're overpriced because they're too much for how much they are. Because they're still just... Paper.
Crappy paper.
Yeah.
That smells like an old man farted.
I guess it's because I like printmaking, so I like the smell.
Can't they just make paper that doesn't smell?
It's the ink.
It's 2014.
It's the ink.
It's 2014. Can they just make ink that doesn't smell, but make it cheaply? Is this impossible?
Yeah, it's not possible.
This can't be impossible.
I'm gonna go and just...
Would it be that much more expensive to get rid of the smell?
I like the smell.
Okay. That's another thing that's not gonna get people into comics. They fucking smell the damn things. Maybe graphic novels, but other than that, no.
Yeah, graphic novels have their own smell, too.
I don't know. But one thing I want to mention about this movie...
Please do.
But I do not want to forget.
Okay.
Which is a thing that might be easy to overlook, because it's such a weird-ass thing, and it just goes away like that as soon as it's over, is there's a character called... What was it?
Pearl?
Pearl?
Oh, you're gonna bring up Pearl!
I have to bring up Pearl. Pearl is the weirdest fucking thing. I don't know why it's in the movie.
Pearl?
Pearl is like some... Is it a guy or a girl?
It's a guy.
Okay. It's a guy who is, like, humongous.
Yeah.
He is, like... I thought, why do I keep thinking he's a girl?
Because he's very... You only
very
know
feminine
it's a
voice.
he because he calls him he.
And it's voiced by a man.
Yeah, but it's like an
It's
voice.
like a
Yeah, it's a very high-pitched voice.
This guy's... It's a blob, basically.
Yeah.
It's a big blob man. A really fat vampire. It's a vampire, though,
Yeah,
right?
he's a vampire.
A really humongous fat blob vampire.
Which we
Jabba
can't
the Hutt.
figure out why he's so fat. Is he eating like McDonald's purely for the taste?
I think it's like he eats constantly.
He must.
I think he eats healthy, but he just eats everything. All he needs to constantly eating.
Yeah, it's like people that eat like 20 apples and they're like, "No, I'm healthy." It's like, no, you just ate 20 apples.
And then they just sleep for 20
yeah,
hours.
Yeah.
I think this is the kind of person he is.
Yeah.
He's really fat, a really fat vampire.
Yeah, like we cannot exaggerate how fat this thing is.
Yeah.
Like this
it's
is
hard to describe without
a
seeing
fat person. This is like, this man is not moving.
No, like, he ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
He's like the size of like a room. Was he in like a little corner?
Here's how we can describe him. He was so fat, there had to be a number of people to puppeteer him. There was a person as a head, and then like arms were separate.
Yeah, and it was a puppet.
Yeah, he was a puppet.
It was just, but also, why have it? He's only in one scene. He can only be in one scene.
The only reason is because he's the one that explains to Blade what Deacon's doing. But you think he could find out a different way. Couldn't
it be like a guy who wasn't a huge monster that needed to be puppetrated?
No, they decided to spend the rest of their budget on this puppet, and then they're like, oh no, CGI at the end.
It was like, what a waste.
Yeah.
And it's such like, and they pretty much murder this person.
Yeah.
And it's a defenseless fat blob. They shine like...
it's like their tech guy, basically.
It probably is.
Yeah, well he's full of, like, the computers are everywhere.
Probably voiced by the tech guy.
Probably.
But like, and then like, what was it, Karen? She shines like a light on him.
Yeah.
And it burns him.
Which is confusing.
Yeah.
Because Karen previously got mad at Blade because he pushed around a guy who was doing much worse things.
Yeah, who was going to murder her in her apartment.
Yeah.
Pretended to be a cop. And that's bad, kicking that guy's ass.
Yeah.
But, like, murdering some fat person?
Yeah,
fat
in a
blob?
very painful, burning way, too. Like, burning him to death.
Yeah, they do. Because I thought at first, like... Because at first they kind of do it, and he's like, all right, I'll tell. And then they do it, like, two more times.
He's black.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
He ain't coming back.
No. Poor Pearl.
Is he? It's not in the sequels, right?
No, I don't think Pearl is.
Damn. It must be like a character from the comics that they just threw in.
Maybe.
That's the only way I can figure out why they would even considering including a character.
I know Pearl is in the special features.
They have a featurette on Pearl.
Probably, yeah.
And it's like, Pearl, a big task.
Yeah.
It's like, working with Pearl, we had to use state-of-the-art puppet technology.
I think that's like...
The skin looks so real, you would be surprised. You can't even see it because it's so fucking dark in the scene.
Yeah, you would never be able to tell anyways.
What a waste of a special feature. Here's how we did that one scene you probably forgot about by the time the movie's over.
I never forgot about Pearl.
I did until like we were talking about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because by the end, so much has happened. It's like, oh, what? That wasn't even relevant.
Yeah, that's true. You're distracted by like the things that would never make sense even more. Like the sunscreen would never happen.
Oh, the vampires use sunscreen to prevent them from getting killed by the sun.
Yeah, you think they would spread that information around a bit more.
But it's like, how strong is this sunscreen?
Yeah, like, are they living in a world, like, so far in the future?
That sunscreen is basically the cure for cancer.
Yeah. And there's that scene where they're at, like, the beach, and they're making out in a car, and putting on sunscreen, but you're not really told what that's about, so as far as you know, it's just Deacon and his girlfriend making out and rubbing cream on their face, and then you go on. Like, that scene is useless. Yeah. You don't need that scene.
And your dad told you to cover your eyes.
Yeah.
When Steph's... Okay, so tell your first time viewing this movie.
Well, it wasn't... I think my dad thought the scene was worse than it was. So
maybe he remembered it wrong.
Yeah, or something. So he's like, don't watch this part. But it was like literally just them kissing.
For 2 seconds.
For 2 seconds.
Wasn't even like hot or anything.
No, it wasn't. It was kind of awkward. It was like, oh, we're kissing for this scene. Like there was no chemistry.
And then then he didn't say anything about the scene where the guy gets his vampire teeth ripped out.
I'm sure he probably did, but I don't remember. But I mean,
that is not a movie to show a 7-year-old.
I'm fine. I turned out fine.
Yeah, well, you turn out very violent.
I did not.
You have very violent tendencies.
No.
Steph. I worry about my life sometimes.
No, you don't. He's lying.
I'm just saying. I just hide the knives whenever you're over.
Yeah.
But
who else is there?
I don't know. That's pretty much it.
Well, there's Gwen Stefani girlfriend.
Oh yeah, he has like Gwen Stefani girlfriend.
She has like a weird accent.
Who wears white all the fucking time.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
So you can figure out who she is between scenes,
probably.
Yeah. That's the only...
Because there's another weird blonde in there, too.
Oh, it's Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't there one in, like, the party scenes?
Yeah,
I thought she was the same girl.
Yeah, so did I.
Did she die?
I think she's just kind of there.
You're just kind of there. You looked exactly like one of the other characters in the movie.
Well, at the beginning, at the blood rave.
Yeah, the blood rave.
Yeah, she ran away. There's a
okay.
Do you remember that guy at the blood rave who's just like going nuts? That extra? I love that guy.
Oh yeah, the guy was like...
He's like, who? I wonder if we can link that somehow.
Oh, the first scene?
Yeah.
Probably just put it in the links.
Yeah, or just like a very clip if someone has that in like 3 seconds.
I don't want to put it in the video because I might get copyright.
Or making this a video?
Probably. I don't know how it's to... I'll probably make it a video first and try to figure out a way to, it gets exposure.
Yeah.
Coconut buyer business plan. First wave, video, second wave, podcast, third wave.
Well, isn't there a podcast site?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there is.
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me about one that I went on.
It's like Podbay or something like that.
Yeah, or something. We can just
Podbean.
We can look up podcasts.
I'm sure they're free.
Yeah.
They might be free. So, final thoughts on Blade. Would you recommend it?
Yes. I always do.
Who would you recommend this to, specifically?
Bored dads.
Bored dads?
Yeah.
Would you recommend this to dads with children who perhaps don't have, they can't find a Frozen DVD?
No, not.
Not recommend this for those dads?
No, I think I was a less squeamish child than most.
Do you think it's okay to show children violent material?
I think that's entirely up to the parent.
Do you think that desensitizes them, or that just makes them realize that violence happens in movies?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it desensitizes them. No.
Because if they want to see blood and gore, they're gonna find it on the internet.
I think the thing is, why are we going on the censorship route? I don't know if I want to go that way.
Nah, maybe not. That's a boring I hate that topic. This is so boring.
Yeah.
Oh, they're censoring our music, man. Like, fucking, what year is this? We don't live in North Korea.
Don't buy your music from Walmart.
Seriously. And who does? I would also recommend this movie. I think it's very fun.
Yeah.
It's very it's different from superhero movies nowadays. Yeah. It's very it shows you where it's going to go. Yeah,
it's hard to call it a superhero movie too.
Yeah, I mostly just call it that because it's Marvel.
Yeah.
But
I didn't even realize it was Marvel at first.
Yeah, it's very un-Marvel like. But technically it is.
Yeah, and I think you're also used to like the Marvel thing shooting up with the
yeah. No Stan Lee cameo.
No, they cut it.
What was it? You said he was going to be a police officer?
He was going to be a police officer near the beginning when they're at the blood rave and there's like that circle and the guy covered in blood is in there and the police coming in. He was going to be one of the officers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I thought it should have been like one of the guys at the blood rave.
That would have been so funny.
Who's jamming out. Yeah. Stan Lee covered in blood.
Fantastic.
Whoa, Excelsior!
Where in that movie though could you even get Stan Lee in? Like unless it's like.
That's basically it. That scene.
Yeah.
He has to be like an extra, or maybe on the street when like Blade takes out his gun.
That's the only time.
And then he can be like, "Whoa!"
Because it's very much, or he could be one of like the 12.
Check out the guns on that guy.
Yeah. Some sweet Stan Lee.
I like to imagine Stan Lee is gay. In all his movies.
Okay, I'll go with that.
And he just like, he's in Thor and he's like, whoa. Something for the ladies out there.
Yeah.
And
Sounds like John Waters.
John Waters is Stan Lee.
It's the greatest secret of our time.
Oh boy.
I would not recommend this for my mom.
Okay.
She does not like this movie.
Doesn't like this movie.
No.
You know, not a mom. Perhaps not a mom movie.
Not a mom movie.
Not a mom movie.
Maybe if I was the mom, it'd be a mom movie.
Cool mom movie, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a cool mom movie.
I'd be a cool mom.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Actually, tell that Blade story.
What Blade story?
You said you saw a guy that looked like Blade once?
Oh, yeah. My dad and I were at Metro.
Uh-huh.
Late at night.
At the Metro. Sorry.
And we were in the frozen food section.
Uh-huh.
Metro's
It's a grocery store in Canada.
By the way.
Not the Berlin song.
No. And,
What the?
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Harv. Hey, buddy.
Just ignore him.
And anyways, so my dad and I were at the Metro, and we look over and there's a guy in a trench coat, kind of, and he's bald. And we're looking at him, we're like, what the hell? And what he has taken this black leather trench coat and got other separate pieces of leather and sewed them to the bottom of this coat to make a longer coat.
He's just hemming his own trench coat?
Yeah, and then he had, like, cut a slit in the back of the jacket.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at him, and my dad's like, okay. And we walk away, and my dad's like, that guy was trying to be Blade. I was like, no way he was not. And he's like, oh yeah, because that slit in the back is what Blade has for his sword.
What?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, and this guy was white, like pale.
Yeah.
And just shaved, just silly, in the frozen food section, looking at a Delicio pizza.
Hey, Blade's gotta eat too, man.
Yeah. You think he'd have to have another jacket.
Nope.
That was the only
Why would you need another jacket?
This is true.
He probably ruined his other leather
Blade
jacket.
had like at least 3. I counted at least 3 different jackets.
He never takes off his jacket or his well, he takes off his jacket, but he never takes off his vest.
He had his vest off a couple times.
Did he have his vest off when he was in the Iron Maiden?
Yeah. What do we even call that in Iron Maiden? A makeshift Iron Maiden, I guess?
A poor man's Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
It was to bleed him out because they needed his blood.
I know, but
oh, okay.
couldn't they have done it another way?
Where did that whole building come from, by the way? How did they find that?
It was in a building. It was in a building.
Yeah, it was so...
in New York or wherever it was supposed to take place.
It just seems so convenient.
Well, that's writing. Lazy writing.
Yeah.
But that person sounds wonderful.
Yeah, I really...
Maybe he'll listen to this podcast and he'll tell us his story.
I hope he's a coconut buyer.
He's a coconut buyer fan?
Or a me fan. I do so much.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You have a Twitter.
We do have a Twitter.
We should promote our Twitters.
Yeah, we will.
Any other thoughts? Maybe we'll wrap this up. It's almost been an hour.
Yeah, I don't really have any more thoughts. I think I just it's a good movie. I like it.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
And we will talk about Blade 2 at another point in the future.
Hell yeah.
Maybe not right away because we don't want to burn out on Blade.
No, we'll
Blade is a valuable resource like oil. Like oil.
Yes, there will be blood.
One way.
Get
it? There will be Blade.
Can we name that?
There will be Blade. Yes.
This is the title of this one.
Of the entire podcast. We will only talk about. We will talk about the 3 Blade movies, the Blade TV show, and the Blade anime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mook. Anyways, that is it for our first whatever the hell we call this podcast.
Yeah, we'll tell you when the title comes up.
We'll make executive decisions. We'll
jingle.
have focus groups.
Boom, boom.
Or we could leave it to a fan vote.
Or not.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
I am Coconut Buyer. You can follow me on Twitter at Coconut Buyer. I think that's my.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And this is my friend Stephanie. You can follow her at
SB Watches a Movie.
At SB Watches a Movie.
But we'll link those because that has a bunch of capitals.
She will not follow you though.
I should probably start following people. If people start following me, then I'll start. Actually following. It was just to declutter.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't want to follow somebody that's Here's a picture of my cat.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying...
Here's a BuzzFeed quiz. That's more of a Facebook thing, though.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm going to follow people if they follow me. I'm just saying I probably should start anyway.
But it's so easy to unfollow people on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's not like a friend that you knew once in high school.
Yeah.
That you're afraid you're going to hurt the feelings of if you unfollow them.
Well, I delete them anyways on Facebook.
Yeah, me too.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Blade.
Blade. Watch it.
So that's it, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
Goodbye.
Bye.